Hello everyone, today I'm going to be remodeling this terracotta pot into something more beautiful with some acrylic paint. If you guys are interested in seeing that, be sure to follow along and subscribe for more. This is what we're starting off with, and let's see what we can come up with. Starting off, I'm just adding a base layer of gesso, and just like that, it's 3 layers done and it's not so terracotta-y anymore. And then I'm adding my base layer of blue, so we've got this cute little blue and white background to start off with. So my idea is to do the pot with little mushrooms all over it. Not that there's ever going to be a mushroom or a plant of any sort in this pot, probably, because me and the plants don't get along that well. Maybe one day, but not right now, and not with my 2 cats. So we're starting off with a red mushroom, those classic fantasy mushrooms you see with the red top and the white little dots on it, which we'll add later. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't painted in quite a bit of time. It's my one true love, like in terms of the art world, obviously. But I haven't painted in a really long time, and I found myself going over a lot of the same spots and doing a lot of the same things and like unnecessary brush strokes. So hopefully as this channel progresses and I paint more and create more stuff, I get better at doing that and adding layers and quicker sketches, and yeah, it won't be so repetitive and so slow. This took me probably about a total of 3.5 hours to paint, and yeah, that's a little longer than I'd like to admit. So hopefully I keep improving and I get back on my grind of painting. I've been doing a lot of digital stuff lately, which is great and awesome too, but I would really like to get back into making handmade stuff. There's just something super special about being able to hold something that you've created and like being able to see the change in a tangible object. If you're an artist watching this video, let me know in the comments down below whether or not you like to do traditional or digital art and why you prefer to do that. So this is the base layer of the first mushroom. I'm pretty happy with him. I mean, he's got a lot more work to have done, but he's pretty cute right now. So we're moving on to the next one, and I couldn't tell you anything about what these mushrooms are called. I mean, they're kind of just mind mushrooms. That sounded really weird. I mean, they came from my mind, so they're kind of just made up, and yeah, not very accurate, I'm sure, but you know, you try your best. You got to be creative, so that's what we're working with. So this one's going to be a more simple mushroom, one that you might see, you know, walking through your neighborhood, someone's lawn that hasn't been mowed in a hot minute, and yeah, I guess that's the look I was going for this one. This mushroom was looking really cold, and I mean not freezing, but cold as in cool toned because of the blue that I put behind it. So I decided to add a little bit of yellow in this one, warm it up a little, add some life to it. You know, it's been festering and developing for a long time, so it needs to have some well-deserved color and life in it. I'm also not happy with my use of the word festering in that, so yeah, please forgive me for that one. I will take the blame for that. So now I can get started working on the third mushroom. This mushroom will also have dots on its cap, but it's going to be brown on top. And watch this, when I bring over the brown, this magical speck appears out of nowhere. Like, where in the world did that come from? You saw the playback. I literally played that over and over in slow motion, trying to catch the dot mid-fall, trying to see, like, where did this come from? Did it come, I mean, I'm assuming it came off of the paintbrush. However, I can't see it falling as slow as I played it. So, I don't know, seemed kind of magical to me, if you will. But Anyway, now we're started on the last final mushroom, and this one is purple. I'm not sure if that happens in nature. I wouldn't doubt it because nature's pretty crazy, but it's also really impressive if there is one. Maybe somebody let me know in the comments. Are there purple mushrooms out there? And I guess that's what happens when you try to fix your mistakes. You make more mistakes. But eventually you fix them. So that's me fixing that speck, that magical speck that appeared out of absolutely nowhere. Absolutely nowhere as I'm working with paint and specifically brown paint. But anyway, here I am going back, retouching that purple mushroom for the a billionth time because I can't get that paint thick enough because I didn't shake my paints enough before I mixed them. So this is me fixing it again and again and again. So at this point, I was pretty happy with the overall shapes and designs of all of the mushroom, but the pot was still feeling pretty empty. I like a good filled space. So I decided to add all of these little baby growing mushrooms who are aspiring to be as gorgeous as the other mushrooms that we have already painted. So here I am just painting those mushrooms, making the background a little more pizzazzy. Again, I am not super happy with the word choice pizzazzy, but that's what we chose, so I'm gonna stick by it. I also added some little baby yellow mushrooms, and I don't know, maybe those eventually turn purple. I guess time will tell. At this point, I still wasn't feeling that the background was clustered enough, so I decided to add some clouds and also some sort of stars, if you will. I know you don't really see stars during the day, but, well, not really, not at all, but you do here. You do in giant magic mushroom land. Wait, is this Mario? Am I allowed to say that? Nintendo, feel free to sponsor this video if you want to. You definitely can. So, anyway, after I added all of my star dots, at that point I decided to outline the mushrooms with blue just to add some more depth to it and so it wasn't so flat. And then I also added some blue grass just to keep with the cool vibe, cool tone. Again, not cool as in I'm cool, but cool as in cool tones. So I added some grass, some bluegrass. Bluegrass. Okay, anyway, after I added the grass, then I finally felt like the background was full enough and I could move on to the next step. And that next step is to repaint the purple mushroom for the a billionth and first time. I don't know how else to say that because I don't really know how to count after a billion. But here we are fixing this mushroom, and now I am satisfied with the color. It's more vibrant and it just is more beautiful. It's time for the part that I've been looking forward to most, the puffy paint, which sticks on almost everything. So hopefully this is the almost that we need it to stick on. But we'll see. Well, hopefully that's not a telling sign of how this goes. Needless to say, maybe, I don't know. I don't know what your experience with puffy paint is. It wasn't as puffy as I had hoped. Does anybody have any tips, tricks on how to make your puffy paint more puffy? I mean, I had to wait 4 hours for it to dry. And for what? Like, it literally wasn't puffy. It was like I just put acrylic paint on there and it flattened out. So, if you guys have any tips for puffy paint, this is not a diss. I'm 100% willing to admit that I may not be the perfect puffy paint user. So, please let me know in the comments how I should correct my puffy paint technique. But I decided to add the paint to the red mushroom, the first one that we did, and also to the accompanying brown mushroom. And here is a spin around of what we have come up with. I'm actually really happy with it, and so I signed it and varnished it, and yeah, I can't wait for you guys to see the final result. Thank you so much for watching, and enjoy seeing the final product.